Last November, voters in Arizona passed Proposition 207, which legalized recreational marijuana, but it also allowed those directly affected by the war on drugs to clear their names and become part of this growing industry.
More than 24 social equity licenses will soon be handed out to minorities in our community. Fox 10's Matt Galka takes a deep dive into the program to find out who stands to profit the most.
You can get tatted up,
might as well,
and maybe a fresh cut on Phoenix's west side at Phase 2 Barbershop. Owner Jeff Graves might not be a hair expert, but starting a business was one of his only options. He caught a low-level marijuana charge, a felony that he thought would be in permanent ink.
That was the beginning of a major downfall.
Possession of a small amount of pot meant his opportunities were limited, so he had to open his own business. But now he wants to blaze a new trail and add marijuana shop owner to his resume. He's expected to be one of potentially thousands of Arizonans seeking one of 26 social equity licenses. The program made possible by the passage of recreational marijuana Prop 207 last November. The license grants the owners the opportunity to open up their own pot shop.
I want the business. To me, it's very important that these social equity licenses go to the people that are actually trying to help out the community.
Applicants pay a non-refundable $5,000 fee to be considered. They have to have a low-level offense eligible to be expunged from their record and a family income less than 200% above the poverty line, about $53,000 for a family of 4. The licenses, at least in theory, are meant to be awarded to those hit hardest by the war on drugs. Low-level offenders who had their lives upended.
Ladies and gentlemen, social equity licensing is now open in the state of Arizona.
Achieving social equity might mean different things to different people.
Thank you for joining us on MEDA's virtual series on
Cannabis Trade Association founder Dimitri Downing has been holding seminars for people interested in applying for licenses through MEDA AZ. And interest is high.
This is my grandfather's machete from the fields of Oaxaca, where they probably grew marijuana.
An applicant awarded a license could potentially turn around and sell it to an established marijuana business, possibly turning it into a multi-million-dollar lotto ticket.
What's going to happen when the social equity eligible person wins the license? And this is a person that also is probably from an impoverished background and suddenly has a $10 to $20 million lottery ticket. You think they're going to open up a business, or you think they're going to cash out? What would you do?
I don't know. I feel like a lanyard would be okay for kids.
Downing's helping to shepherd Ari Munoz through the process. She was charged with possession as a teen.
It'll definitely make me feel better, but I don't feel like things will change until the laws are changed so that people don't get those kind of ridiculous charges.
The end result could end up being a legal minefield. Clark Wu, a cannabis business attorney, can't stop taking calls on Prop 207 and the application process.
The spotlight is on Arizona right now because we're one of the newest states who's currently developing our social equity program, but we're not the first state to do so, and many states around the country have had some form of social equity program, and none of them have succeeded.
Nobody understands the shortcomings of how to build off of a social equity license better than Arizona's neighbors to the west. This has been the future side of Josephine and Billy's in Los Angeles, thanks to a social equity license awarded 22 months ago.
This is literally back to the basics.
Owner Whitney Beatty's been paying rent for an empty building the whole time.
In order to apply for a license, we were required to have a few things. We had to have a signed lease on a location, and you had to be paying for that lease. And that is actually a problem with social equity when it's set up that way, because with these delays, that means that I've been paying on this lovely location for 22 months without selling any cannabis.
Beatty has no desire to flip her license. Social equity to her means starting a business and being a player in a game typically reserved for the more fortunate. But she doesn't want to see minority owners in Arizona go through the same thing she did.
We need to make sure that we're offering loans and grants and assistance, because at the end of the day, if we're having a program that says you get prioritization for being low income, we can't now send them out to build something that we know is incredibly expensive and expect them to be able to do that. How does that work? The math on that doesn't add up. We're giving you this golden ticket and now we're going to kick you down the hill. You got to give people the resources to survive.
So did he take the PlayStation?
Back in Arizona, Jeff Graves wants to play the same game.
Every day I wake up and go to the store. You know, I'm seeing people that have been victimized one way or another by a small amount of marijuana. Life is turned completely around. I don't want to get the license and sell it the next day or even the next year. This is something that I want to keep in my family forever, for life, you know, to generate that generational wealth and also to help out, you know, the needs of the community.
A license to him is not a one-time ticket for some green, but it could make up for years of lost time. Matt Gelka, Fox 10 News.
If you'd like to learn more about the Social Equity License Program, we've posted that information for you on our website at fox10phoenix.com. And in case you're wondering, the state has sold more than $274 million worth of recreational marijuana licenses in 2021 and more than $363 million in medical marijuana. That puts the state on track to surpass $1 billion in sales by the end of the year.